Welcome to Best 5 Picks. The best Resident Evil 2 is probably one of the most anticipated remakes in gaming history, and for good reason. Capcom took a beloved classic and rebuilt it from the ground up, delivering a survival horror experience that's both terrifying and incredibly satisfying. The game masterfully blends modern gameplay with the nostalgic feel of the original, creating a must-play title for both newcomers and veterans of the series. Number 5. Resident Evil 2, PS4, a horror classic. This is a complete rebuild of the 1998 PlayStation release. It offers a deeper narrative experience, bringing the classic to a new generation. The new over-the-shoulder camera and modernized controls create a modern survival horror experience. It also offers a trip down memory lane with the original gameplay modes. Built on Capcom's RE engine, it delivers breathtakingly photorealistic visuals in 4K. Stunning lighting creates an intense and atmospheric experience as you explore. Zombies are brought to life with realistic gore effects. They react in real time to damage, making every bullet count in your fight for survival. Engage in frenzied combat, explore dark corridors, and solve puzzles. You'll need to collect and use items to survive this terrifying experience. Join Leon S. Kennedy on his first day and Claire Redfield searching for her brother. You'll experience the story from both characters' perspectives. Enjoy separately playable campaigns for both Leon and Claire. This allows players to experience the story from both characters' perspective. What we like. This version offers a modernized control scheme, making the classic gameplay feel fresh and intuitive. The photorealistic visuals immerse you in the terrifying world of Raccoon City. If you're looking for a deep dive into the story with both Leon and Claire, this is the one for you. What people say. The remake is amazing. The graphics are so intense. Make it even more realistic. The story is very similar to the original and bring back memories, but with more details and scares than the original, due to the modern graphics. Resident Evil 2 is a reimagining of the classic 1998 survival horror game, set in the location of Raccoon City which, following the events of the first Resident Evil game, now finds itself completely overrun by the hordes of the undead. As before, you can play the game from one of two perspectives, that of either Leon S. Kennedy or Claire Redfield, both of whom are unfortunate enough to find themselves caught up in the apocalyptic events, Leon because it is his first day on the job as a Raccoon City police officer, and Claire because she is desperately trying to find her brother Chris. Like in the original, each character has a different campaign from the other as they tackle the zombie menace from opposite perspectives. Some of the areas that are open to Leon will not be for Claire, and vice versa. Each character also has a very different arsenal of weapons to the other, meaning that their style of play is distinct. From this very first scene it's immediately obvious just how good the visuals are. Characters are extremely realistic looking, so much so that in cutscenes you can seemingly see every skin pore, hair, and bead of sweat. Character movement is fluid and natural, and the use of lighting and shadows makes every part of the game scary and foreboding. Sound is also very good. The voice talent is excellent and scenes are well scripted, no more corny master of unlocking lines or anything like that. As you traverse the dark corridors of the Raccoon City police station and other locations, rain will batter the windows, steam will vent from broken valves, water will drip from overhead pipes, and the sound of the dead is never far away, all of which creates a very palpable feeling of dread at almost every turn. Controls are similar to those that fans of the franchise have been using since Resident Evil 4. The left stick moves your character, whilst the right stick operates the camera. There are no fixed camera angles unlike the very early Resident Evil games, and this method helps to increase the sense of anticipation as you are forced to frantically search every corner and shadow for threats rather than have the entire room laid out for you to see. In terms of story, as I mentioned at the top of the interview, this is a reimagining of the classic original game rather than a simple remake. Whilst the broad strokes of the storyline and most of the characters remain the same, and you will still meet the likes of Ada Wong, Sherry Birkin, and Marvin along the way, the fine details are quite different, so even if your memory is good enough to recall every detail of a game you probably last played 20 years ago, this one should feel almost entirely new and fresh to you. The way the game is laid out is also almost entirely different from the original. You still start out on the streets of the city desperately trying to find your way to the assumed safety of the police department, although sadly you do not have a run-in with an unfortunate gun store owner at this time, but who knows what might happen later. The vast majority of the game as before is set within the confines of the police station and the secret underground Umbrella laboratory, however other than certain key areas, such as the main entrance hallway of the police station for example, the rest of the game map is almost completely dissimilar from what you would have seen before. You will still find all of the kinds of things you would expect from the police station, but the layout of the landscape is pretty much entirely different from before. The objective of the game is still to escape with your life, and you will of course still find yourself embroiled in a conspiracy of epic proportions, but at the start you will find yourself restricted to one small part of the map and are required to solve a series of small puzzles or mysteries in order to proceed to other areas. As is tradition, these puzzles are always of the find hand crank find ID card find diamond key find 3x medallions variety. Whilst looking for key mission items you will also find a variety of useful inventory items to help you keep the hordes at bay. These range from simple ammunition for your weapons, heavier weaponry such as the shotgun or grenade launcher, special weapons such as flashbang and fragmentation grenades, to components that make your existing weapons more deadly or effective, such as the extended pistol magazine. The game sees the return of the well-known herb method of healing injury and poison, as well as the usual first aid sprays, but also the use of the gunpowder system of producing ammunition, which didn't appear in the original version of this game, not being first introduced until Resident Evil 3. All of the favorites are there, from the ubiquitous zombie, no more mutated Spanish or African villagers, dogs, and liquors, and you will also find yourself stalked by returning key characters such as the monstrous William Birkin and mysterious Mr. X. Number 4. Resident Evil, Xbox One. This is a complete rebuild of the original PlayStation release. It offers a deeper narrative experience for players. The new over-the-shoulder camera mode and control scheme creates a modern take on survival horror. It also offers players a trip down memory lane with the original gameplay modes. Built on Capcom's RE engine, the game delivers breathtakingly photorealistic visuals in 4K. Stunning lighting creates an intense and atmospheric experience as you explore. Zombies are brought to life with a horrifyingly realistic wet gore effect. They react in real time, taking instant visible damage, making every bullet count. Engage in frenzied combat with enemies, explore dark corridors, and solve puzzles. You'll need to collect and use items to survive in this terrifying fight. What we like. It features an over-the-shoulder camera, offering a fresh perspective on the classic survival horror experience. The intense atmosphere, coupled with iconic gameplay, will keep you on the edge of your seat. If you enjoy a modern take on a classic with a focus on atmosphere, you should consider this. What people say. The game looks absolutely gorgeous. The gameplay is fantastic. The level design is superb. Number 3. Resident Evil 2 Remake PS4. This game is based on the 1998 release, but it has been completely rebuilt. It offers a deeper narrative experience for players to enjoy. The game features a new over-the-shoulder camera mode and a modernized control scheme. This allows the player to have a more immersive experience. It provides a more modern take on the survival horror experience. You will find yourself in a terrifying constant fight for survival. Powered by the RE engine, it delivers breathtakingly photorealistic visuals in 4K. The zombies are brought to life with a horrifyingly realistic wet gore effect. Engage in frenzied combat with enemies, explore dark menacing corridors, and solve puzzles. Every bullet counts as the zombies react in real time, taking instant visible damage. Enjoy separately playable campaigns for both Leon and Claire. This allows the player to experience the story from different perspectives. What we like. This version boasts incredibly realistic gore effects, making every encounter visceral and impactful. The frenzied combat and dual campaigns provide hours of thrilling gameplay. If you like a game with intense action and a deep narrative, this is the perfect choice. What people say. The best thing was the environment, the layout of the buildings where you move around in. Just like the original, there is an A and B story for both characters. Voice acting is great. Number 2. Resident Evil 2, PlayStation 4 Standard Edition. This is a complete rebuild of the 1998 PlayStation release. It offers a deeper narrative experience, bringing the classic to a new generation. With an over-the-shoulder camera and modern controls, it provides a fresh take on survival horror. It also offers a nostalgic trip with original gameplay modes. Built on Capcom's RE engine, the game features breathtakingly realistic visuals and stunning lighting. Players will experience an intense journey through the Raccoon City Police Department. Zombies are brought to life with horrifyingly realistic gore effects. Every bullet counts as they react in real time, taking instant visible damage. Engage in frenzied combat, explore dark corridors, and solve puzzles. Players must collect and use items in a terrifying fight for survival. What we like. It provides a modern take on survival horror with an intense experience. The iconic gameplay will keep you engaged. If you are looking for a game that blends classic elements with modern enhancements, you should consider this. What people say. Works great, and the graphics are pretty awesome compared to the original PS version. The graphics were updated to suit the PS4 hardware, which is amazing. Elements from the old RE2 are brought back, so while the enemies and puzzles are familiar, they are changed just enough to still be fresh. Number 1. Resident Evil 2, Remake, Precinct Keys Prop Replicas. These are the meticulously crafted Precinct Keys prop replicas from Resident Evil 2, Remake. They are made from metal, giving them a realistic weight and feel. You can now own a piece of the iconic game. The replicas are designed to match the in-game keys perfectly. The details are carefully replicated, ensuring accuracy. This is a must-have collectible for any Resident Evil fan. Made from durable metal, this prop replica is built to last. It can withstand regular handling and display. This is a great addition to any collection. Whether you're a cosplayer or a collector, this is perfect. It adds authenticity to your costume or display. It's a great way to show your love for the game. Get your hands on these Precinct keys. They are a great way to celebrate the classic game. Don't miss out on this opportunity to own a piece of Resident Evil history. What we like. This product offers high-quality metal prop replicas of the Precinct keys. If you are a collector or a hardcore fan, these replicas are a must-have to show your love for the game. What people say. These are very well crafted and quite heavy. They look fantastic. How well made these keys are. Definitely impressed with the quality and how beautiful they look. These keys look just like the game versions, are amazingly great quality and worth the price. Not flimsy and plastic. You can find the Amazon purchase link in the description below. Hope this video can be helpful to you. Thanks for watching.